There's a law that your brain cannot think of two things simultaneously at the same time. This means that if we use this to your advantage, we can crowd out worry out of your mind. So if all day you're worrying about something and you know that this law exists, and it literally says that your mind cannot focus on two things at the same time. So you can't be worried or at the same time be happy simultaneously. So that's impossible in your mind. And so, how do we use this to your advantage? Just keep busy. Literally, keep busy every single day, and you'll find that you'll be less worried. You'll have less thoughts, worrying thoughts, and just overthinking in general. There's a story that I like, and I remember there was this father, and his child died, very young child. He was crying, he was super sad. Imagine the death of a child, very young child. He couldn't keep his thoughts any positive. He couldn't work. All he was thinking is worrying about the death of his child. And so, okay, that happened. And then he gave birth to another child with his wife. And soon later, sadly, the new child also died. And so he was worried again and again, and he couldn't stop. And so luckily, he still had a son. He was 4 years old, and he said to him, "Dad, listen, can we build this boat?" Like very random, like out of the blue. And he said, "Sure, let's do it." The father built the boat with the son. 3 hours passed, and he was so busy, so focused on a task at hand, that he literally, for the first time, felt mentally much better. He was free from all these worrying thoughts that he couldn't control. He was free from overthinking just because he kept busy. And this person applied this kind of tactic for the rest of his life. He always tried to keep busy, didn't just sit down and looked at the wall and wish for things to be better. He took things by his hands and made sure that he would keep busy so he wouldn't worry or overthink. And so how does this apply to your life? Well, if you are obviously overthinking or worrying, and this happens to everyone, do the tactic that this father used. Literally, keep busy. In the army, when there were, I'm not sure specifically what war, but people with PTSD and just people who had horrible experiences after the war, soldiers, these army doctors literally prescribed them keep busy as a cure. They would make sure that these soldiers would be busy fishing, working and doing all these activities after they were released from the war. And this actually really helped them because it kept their mind occupied and busy. And I suggest that you guys use this to your advantage, right? If you're really worrying about something not in your control specifically, make sure you're busy. Make sure you're not just overthinking because you don't have anything better to do. How many times have you been so busy on a task at work, etc., that you literally forgot about your worries? And this is exactly what I told you about. Literally, your mind can only think about one thing at a given point in time. And if you think, oh no, I could think about two things, you really can't. Try to think of like a computer and a watch, for example, at the same time. You can't. It's two different things in your mind. And yeah, use this to your advantage. There's a famous quote from, I'm going to pull it up, Winston Churchill. He said, when they interviewed him, They said, Winston Churchill, how are you not worried with all your tremendous responsibilities that you have? What he literally said is, I'm too busy. I have no time for worry. So yeah, use it to your advantage. Make sure you literally use every single minute of your life. Don't just waste it. Don't just fill it up with like random tasks. Like, okay, you could be like, oh, I'll keep busy. I'll do Netflix. I'll do all these tasks that are just gonna waste your time. No, keep busy and do stuff that will push you forward, that will propel you to achieve your goals. Go to the gym, work out, meditate, read, do stuff that are productive and worthwhile. Spend time with your family, spend time with your friends. And from there on, I really believe that you can't overthink. You're gonna stop worrying. And so yeah, I hope this helps. And I hope you use this tactic in your life. All right, boys. Peace.